So here we are. Honestly, it's so kind of bizarre and weird to me that apparently like a couple days after I made my video about New Girl, whether or not it should end in season 7, we get kind of news from Jake Johnson, the guy who plays Nick and New Girl at South by Southwest earlier this week or last week, whenever this video is posted, kind of saying that, there's been no kind of confirmation from Fox whether they're actually getting a renewed season 7 for New Girl going into next year, or whether or not we're actually going to see, like, I guess, a forced cancellation of the show and all that. And he said, for the most part, he said it was fine for him because obviously he has kind of a rising star power after this show. I have another video planned for this if this is actually the end of the series, and I've really liked New Girl for the longest time, so I don't necessarily want to take all the stuff I want to talk about in that particular video after I've seen all of season 6 and can kind of take a moment to think about like my thoughts on it as a whole, or just in general this last season. So I'll save that for exactly when we actually see the end of the show. But that being said, like I said, this show kind of started as kind of a vehicle for Zooey Deschanel after her spectacular performance in 500 Days of Summer, and it kind of evolved into something a little bit more intense, or a little bit more heartfelt than just your average sitcom show, with characters like Jake Johnson playing Nick and stuff, being like basically a fan favorite, at least my favorite for the most part. So we've had 6 years of this show, and it just seems to me, just in this small little video, I wanted to ask everyone who's interested or has any kind of say in the matter, or, any kind of opinion, I guess, in the matter, to say, like, what are your thoughts on the maybe cancellation of New Girl? Do you think it's not necessarily time? What are your thoughts on the series as a whole? Do you feel like maybe season 6 is where they should end it? Like I said in my other video, I feel like maybe we need one more season. There's been a lot of, I guess, artificial growth, and like I said, I have another video I want to kind of save all this stuff for, but I did want to actually cover this news in particular and just give my initial thoughts on this stuff. So personally, I'm not necessarily thrilled with the news. I would really like another season to kind of at least more, I guess kind of in a way allow the creators to wrap it up in a way where they're actually taking the entire concept and wrapping it up. But it really depends on how this season ends, and that's why I'm not necessarily making it clear one way or the other whether or not I'm actually happy or sad about this particular this turn of events. But at the same time, it would be really interesting to see exactly. It's going to be interesting for me to see anyone else who's listening to this, any of y'all's comments about what you think. Should the show be canceled? Should it come back? Should we just give it another chance? Any other thing that y'all want to talk about? Who's your favorite character, favorite episode, favorite love interest, triangle, favorite joke, anything that y'all want to talk about for the series in terms of like nostalgia, or just what it's meant to you, or anything like that. And like I said, another video, another time. We're just gonna have to wait for this series to actually end in order to actually talk about it as a whole and kind of take our time to basically surmise or come up with exactly how we feel about this particular show. But anyway, I'm just going to leave it up to you guys. Tell me in the comment section below. Do not forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share this video out to all your friends if they're interested in this show and they would like to tell me or let it be known in some way, shape, or form how they feel about this show and what it means to them going forward. So honestly, let us know. Please make sure to check back in a couple weeks after the season 6 finale, or maybe even series finale, and I'll be talking about basically my journey with this show, what it means to me, and what I thought about, not only season 6, but all 6 seasons in general. And, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Bye.